and welcome to my channel. I'm Jillian Rogue, and today I'm going to be talking about how to choose your tattoo artist. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I was a tattoo apprentice for almost a year, and while working in the shop, I saw so many people who wanted to go with the cheap option versus the quality option, because I think so many people out there genuinely believe that all tattoo artists are created equal, which they definitely are not. I've also seen so many people not be able to tell a good tattoo from a bad tattoo. So due to my immense frustration, I decided to make this video and hopefully help someone out. Now keep in mind, this is just my opinion, but it is based off my knowledge, my experience, and my time working in the shop with artists. My first piece of advice is throw price out the window. At least if this is a tattoo that means something to you, like your first tattoo, like we discussed in the last video, price should not be an object. This is something that's going to go on your body for the rest of your life, and in the tattoo industry, you often get exactly what you paid for. Now, that's not to say that just because an artist charges more that they're better, but typically, if an artist is willing to do a huge piece for a very small amount of money, it's not a good sign. So once you decide what kind of tattoo you want and what style, if you want black and gray, or if you want color, if you want traditional, or if you want realism, your first step is to start looking at artists in your area and looking at their portfolios. Pay attention to what style they mainly do, because that's probably the style that they do best. Or if you talk to the artist, ask them what their favorite style to do is, because usually that is the style that they succeed in the most. Now, many people also don't know how to tell good tattoos from bad tattoos. When I first started getting tattooed, I know I couldn't. So when I looked at an artist's portfolio, I more so looked for whether or not I liked their designs versus whether or not they could actually tattoo well. So when you're looking at tattoos and trying to determine whether or not the artist knows what they're doing, the first thing you want to check for is any sort of blowouts or injury. Blowouts is when the ink spreads under the skin away from where the tattoo is supposed to be. You usually see this in black line work, like this. I also have a really bad blowout on my arm that I'll put a picture of right here. You see how that line gets super fat? It's not supposed to do that. That is a blowout. That means that the artist went in way too deep and actually hurt me and caused the ink to spread out like that. But most photos that artists have in their portfolio are usually fresh tattoos. So the blowout won't look like that. It will look more like this with just a shadow around the line work. The next most important thing to look at is to zoom in and look at the lines of the tattoo. Now, realism a lot of time doesn't have any lines, so this more so applies for every other style, but the lines should be consistent in thickness and smooth and straight, not shaky or wonky. So if you zoom in and they look like this, that is a good indicator that they're shaky and wonky, and the artist needs to concentrate on their line work a bit more. If the line work looks like this, it can really affect the way the tattoo looks, because line work really can make or break a tattoo. It's almost the most important part. Good line work would look something like this, where it's consistent, even, straight, and smooth. Next, you want to look at the contrast of the tattoo, especially in black and gray. Is it too light? A lot of artists make the mistake of making their black and gray very light, and this fades quickly over time and overall does not age well. You want to see a lot of black in there and a lot of lights as well. Good balance and contrast makes for a much better looking tattoo that holds up better over time. And the last major thing to check for is the gradients and values of the shading in the tattoos. For both black and gray and color, this is basically how the color fades from dark to light within the tattoo. So for example, it shouldn't just be black and then nothing. It should be black smoothing out lighter and lighter into skin tone. For color, it shouldn't just be a red rose that is flat and red. It should be different shades of red and different values of how light or dark that color is, so that you have a smooth looking finish on the tattoo. You don't want your tattoo to just be one color. It will look flat like this. And trust me, that looks so much worse than when a tattoo has a lot of contrast and good gradients like this. Do you see what I mean about how the color fades evenly rather than just being one straight flat color? It's a very, very important in tattoos. That, along with the line work, is what makes or breaks a bad versus a good tattoo. So once you have an artist that does the style you want, does it well, has good line work, good color, good contrast, good values, whatever the f you're looking for, they can tattoo, you feel confident with them doing your tattoo, go in and talk to them. A lot of people don't agree with this, but I think you should make sure that your artist isn't a hole. I refuse to ever get tattooed by an asshole, and unfortunately, there are a lot of assholes out there. This is because the tattoo is going to be on your body forever. Do you really want that associated with someone who was a jerk or wasn't a very good person? So I'm the type of person where no matter how good of an artist they are, if they treat me with a poor attitude, I will never get tattooed by them. And I urge every one of you to do the same and have that same standard for yourself. Finding someone that you like and that you can talk to get tattooed by really makes the process so much funner and makes the tattoo so much more meaningful. Alright guys, I know this was really short again, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it at least a little bit helpful. If you did, leave me a thumbs up down below so I know. And please, as always, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm really trying to make this dream happen for me, guys. It is my all-time dream, my biggest passion to do YouTube as a full-time career. So if you could please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you could always be notified when I post, so you can see more weird and creepy shit from me. Alright, all my little tattooed poop kings and queens, I will see you later. As cat hair is literally floating all over around my face.
Hold on girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say, you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced, and I'm yours.